Facepalm America. I'm Beowulf Rockland, facepalmamerica.com. So, we know that Joe Biden gave a terrible debate performance a few weeks ago. If you had been paying attention before then, you would have had very grave concerns about his mental acuity and his ability to be a successful candidate for president in 2024. I saw it before then, but this brought it to the attention of the United States and to the attention of the world. But if you still think that this was just one lousy debate performance, allow me to present as counter evidence to that a recent statement that he made, and I'll play it for you here.
And it's about making sure that, look, I mean, for example, look at the heat I'm getting because I named the Secretary of Defense, a black man. I named Ketanji Brown. I mean, because of the people I've named.
So, that was President Biden during a BET interview, Black Entertainment Television, failing to remember the name of his own defense secretary. He could only remember the fact that he appointed a black man, and that's what he said. There are so many. Look, we all forget names. We don't all forget them as often as Joe Biden does. We don't forget the names of the people that we appointed to the office, and even if you do, there's so many better ways than referring to him as the black man. It's just atrocious. So it wasn't just a bad debate. We need a new candidate. That's critical because it's true. We are staring down the barrel of a dictatorship. And apparently, Biden and his family are starting to seriously consider this. And I think that's a good thing for all of us. Members of President Joe Biden's family have discussed what an exit from his campaign might look like. This is according to NBC News. They spoke to a couple of different people familiar with these discussions. The overall tone of the conversations has been that any exit plan, should Biden decide to take that step, as some of his closest allies increasingly believe he will, should put the party in the best position to beat former President Donald Trump. Of course, while also being worthy of the more than 5 decades he has served the country in elected office, these people said. Look, I understand that you got to butter him up a little bit. I understand that you have to say to him in order to assuage his ego, because anyone who, aspires to or certainly gets to be president of the United States is going to have an enormous ego. And it's going to be difficult for them to step away from power unless they absolutely have to. And so considerations of politics or being politic are at play here. They have to say something like, an exit has to be worthy of the more than 5 decades he served the country in elected office. And look, Joe Biden has a lot of faults. He helped Clarence Thomas get to the position he's at now during the Supreme Court, because he was, I'm pretty sure he was the chairman of the Judiciary Committee. He was certainly on the Judiciary Committee. And he also, was absolutely for us getting into the first Iraq War and absolutely for us getting into the second Iraq War. I'm not sure we'll want to honor that. But if we need to say those words and pay lip service to, whatever we think he's done or hasn't done in order to get him to make that decision, then I guess that's the most important thing. Because what is most important is stopping a dictatorship in the form of Donald Trump, because we know that's coming. Biden's family members have specifically discussed how he would want to end his re-election bid on his own timing and with a carefully calculated plan in place. Considerations about the impact of the campaign on his health, his family, and the stability of the country are among those at the forefront of the discussions, the people familiar with those discussions said. Now, obviously, certainly at this point, the existence of these discussions are being denied officially. White House spokesman Andrew Bates denied that any such exit discussions are happening among the family. That is not happening, period, he said. The individuals making those claims are not speaking for his family or his team, and they will be proven wrong. Keep the faith. Keep the faith? What, is this a faith-based campaign? I guess it would have to be, because there's nothing tangible to indicate that Joe Biden is going to be able to defeat Donald Trump. You would have to take a leap of faith, because the polls are going down, and the man can't put a coherent sentence together. So yeah, I guess keep the faith would be the campaign slogan for Biden 2024. Palace acolyte. As reports surfaced, including from NBC News, that Biden had shown signs that he could budge from his insistence that he remain the nominee, rumors and reports, some that the president's allies flatly denied, began to fly. They included speculation about timing of a potential exit, whether Biden would immediately endorse Vice President Kamala Harris, and who was on the short list to be her vice presidential running mate. A major factor driving the private pressure on Biden is fear among Democrats that his candidacy could rob them not only of the White House, yes, it's true, more even than that is at stake here, and the Senate, but also a chance to flip the House to their control. And think about that. Even if Trump wins, here's what I was thinking 3 months ago when I thought that Biden maybe still had a chance, but wasn't hopeful. I was thinking, okay, even if Biden loses, it's likely that the House of Representatives, and I think this is still true, will flip to Democratic control. But if Biden at the top of the ticket drags the rest of these races down, then we could have a Trump presidency, a Republican Senate, and a Republican House of Representatives with absolutely no bulwark against his madness. Is that what we want? Is that what we want? Of course that's not what we want. Anyway, there's a fear among Democrats that his candidacy could rob them not only of the White House and the Senate, but also a chance to flip the House to their control. That explains why senior lawmakers have pushed on Biden to reconsider his decision to stay in the race. The House is on the brink, said Brian Wolf, the treasurer of the House Majority PAC, the main super PAC supporting House Democratic candidates. These candidates don't deserve that. No, they do not. We need to win this. Democrats need to maintain the presidency, and believe me, I'm not a fan of so many things that Democrats do. But at this point in time, it is better to have Democrats in control of the White House. It is better to have Democrats in control of the House of Representatives to prevent absolute madness. That's a position that we can work with realistically. That's a position that we can fight from, negotiate from, strive from. Trump winning plunges us into the depths of the abyss. That we cannot abide. Elon Musk can abide it, though. You know? Every time I see a Tesla on the road now, I think so differently. I know a lot of people who bought Teslas did too, before Elon Musk just jumped off the edge. And now he's jumped off another edge. Elon Musk, SpaceX CEO and Twitter owner, I won't call it his thing, announced Tuesday that he plans to move the headquarters of both companies from California to Texas. Musk shared the news on Twitter, saying Governor Gavin Newsom's signing of a law that bars California school districts from notifying parents of a child's gender identification change was the final straw. Of course. It's more transphobia that pushed him over the edge. The SpaceX headquarters will move from Hawthorne to Starbase, Texas, while the Twitter headquarters will move from San Francisco to Austin, Musk said. And I say, good riddance. I think that's just fantastic. I think that the more evil billionaires that are in all this job creation nonsense is nothing. If they're creating insane, stupid jobs, or they're just a nutcase like Elon Musk, California doesn't want them. They're a burden on California. They're a drain on California. Let Texas take them. Good riddance, I say. In fact, let us celebrate, because California, with this announcement, has become a better place. This would be a good time to move to California. It's still ridiculously expensive, don't get me wrong. But, and there's still a lot of things wrong with California. But Elon Musk moving out of California makes it a markedly better place. And so, California, we celebrate you.
California, here I come.
Oh, yes.
Right back where I started from.
By Elon.
Where flowers bloom in the sun.
Woohoo!
Each morning at dawning, birdies sing, and everything the sun kissed said.
Don't be late.
That's why I can hardly wait. Open up your golden gate, California, here I come.
Oh, Elon, don't let that golden gate hit you where the good Lord split you on the way out. Goodbye. Off to Texas. Get. Leave California to sane people. Come on. California can come back now that it's unburdened by that madman from South Africa.
California, here I come.
Right back where I started from. The bowers of flowers bloom in the sun. Each morning at dawning, birdies sing, and everything a sun-kissed miss says, don't be late. That's why I can hardly wait. Open up your golden gate, California, here I come. Yes, it is a time for celebration. We got to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Beowulf Rockland. This is Facepalm America. We shall return. Greetings, Facepalm America listener. Thanks so much for listening today. But did you know you could be getting even more serious news and comment? And some of the just plain silly variety, too? Once you finish listening here, go to @FacepalmUSA on Twitter and download still more Facepalm America content. That's @FacepalmUSA on Twitter. Don't lapse into despondency. Save our democracy. @FacepalmUSA.
Hey everybody, it's Michael Steele, host of the Michael Steele Podcast. Each week I have a discussion about the key political and cultural issues of our day, joined by America's leading activists, experts, and academics for a conversation that transcends political boundaries. So join me each week as we work through real solutions, have honest conversation, and just keep it fresh. Listen to the Michael Steele Podcast in the Spreaker Podcast Player app, where you can also comment on individual episodes. New episodes available every week